It's podcadzo.
Oh, Benson on the pod.
Benson
yo.
on the pod.
Benson on the pod.
Are we actually starting?
Hello.
We're starting.
This is it.
Welcome back to Podcadzo, the official companion podcast to the well-known indie rock band Cadzo. I'm
He
Colin,
has this whole intro that he does now.
joined by my co-host Julian, and today on the pod we have very special guest Will. We had a nickname for you last
We've
time.
decided that he's not a special
Will-
guest, but
Yeah,
a permanent
Wedge.
member who's
I
never
I thought
here.
it was Wedge.
the Reg or the Wedge. Will the Wedge.
Can't believe you remember that.
Benson. No, I was super jealous because
All I
I'm
think about-
obviously the edge of the band, and you put the edge on Will. If I'm not the edge, what am I? It's a cadzo.
You're
I'm
like,
Bono. Yeah,
I guess you're.
I guess I'm freaking Bono.
I was gonna say you're Brian Eno.
I'll take that. Old sourpuss. Will, welcome to the pod.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude.
You guys
Thanks
know
for being here.
about the band Brand New?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you about Brand New?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I've
You know
I
Brand
know
New
Brand
for
New.
sure. They're one of my favorite bands from childhood. Kind of like emo, post punk ish.
Okay.
More like alt rock. It morphs around a lot, but
the singer got canceled.
the singer got Me Too'd pretty hardcore like
Me
10
Too'd.
years ago
Oh, did he?
because he was like fucking
Did he?
around with that's a good one. But yeah, he was fucking with
I was
minors
riffing,
basically.
guys.
So
Comedy
he got,
podcast.
He got pretty canceled because he was like hooking up with minors backstage and all that good stuff, and hit a lot of the Brand New songs.
He had
are
a
kind
big
of like
following on the schoolyard
about
app. In other words.
call back.
Call back.
Heyo.
To a conversation the podcast audience was not privy to.
This episode is either coming out before or after that. So
Yeah. Those are the two options. Before or after that.
anyway, they just announced their first tour since he got Me Too'd like 10 years ago. They haven't toured or like done anything public since all that went down, and they just announced a tour.
I saw you post that to your
They're
story.
coming to Denver.
I thought that
So,
was
so
interesting.
you got tickets.
I'm
then.
very conflicted. Well, I was conflicted
He
until
bought out the whole theater.
I'll actually pull it up. Robert was thinking about going because Robert's also a huge Brand New fan. And then he saw that tickets in row D, double D, are $400 for Mission Ballroom. So I've officially decided, fuck that. But more so than that, I was already on the fence because all of the songs... not all the songs. Most of the songs that Brand New wrote back in the day are like kind of about being a creep,
Yeah.
or like kind of about being a piece of shit and like doing regrettable things and like being weirdly horny and shit. So, yeah, I didn't know if I should pull up to that or not. But I also saw a lot of my friends were like super stoked about it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I go to the Brand New show?
Don't go to the Brand New show,
Okay, I'm
dude.
not gonna go.
You're an enemy to women if you go to the Brand New show. Simple
Fair
as
enough.
that.
Yeah.
No, I don't
So
know.
Unless I
that's,
bring
that's
my
the
girlfriend.
cheapest
I don't know what it
tickets. It's $400.
Yeah, tickets like in the back of the venue are $400
That's ridiculous for Mission Ballroom.
for Mission.
What is happening?
Dude,
Sucks right now,
That's
dude.
just-
Sucks across the board.
yeah, I don't know. I thought that Brand New would have a hard
I bought
time
a
selling
Toyota
tickets.
Sienna. That's pretty dope. But other than that, sucks across the
I'm gonna
board.
try to just drop that in every time you get the chance.
Yeah, I bought a Sienna.
He bought a minivan.
Oh, yeah. You told me
talking
that
about it
already.
last
I
week.
think you told me that like 4 times now.
Sounds about right, dude.
He's pretty
I
hyped.
signed the papers today, so I officially own the vehicle.
Do you think we should lift it and put off-road tires on it, or lower it and put like?
If we lift it, it's not going
Lowrider
to
wheels on
be
it.
practical for a touring vehicle.
What do you mean? We can go anywhere in a lifted minivan.
That's true. Yeah, we can do those backcountry gigs a little easier.
Yeah, we could play Moab.
Yeah. It's the middle of nowhere. Moab.
That's where Utah would want us.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you guys go set up in the
Let's
desert?
just go out there. Go play your little songs out there. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine out there.
Yeah. Don't worry about bringing water. Cool. But yeah, have a Sienna. Otherwise, sucks, dude.
Are you not gonna let him answer the
Expensive.
question? Do we raise
was
it
the
or do we
question?
raise it
Oh, raise
or
it.
lower it? Raise it and put off-road tires on it, or lower it and put
Let's
like
raise it
lowrider
and put
tires
cinder
on
blocks under it.
Don't even joke about stealing my shit, dude. It's not even funny.
it? Be a good way to break it in.
Yeah, to break it. Period.
Oh yeah.
Now that's the kind of dead air
Prolonged
we try to
silence.
avoid on a podcast. Let's hop into some videos. What do you guys say?
All right, I've got the. Well, who's going first?
Let me go first because this isn't that good of a video, but I'm only playing it because I brought it up last time we played videos, and you guys might like it. It's called "I Don't Wanna Feel."
I don't wanna feel like the Jesus day. Standing in the best I love. Standing on the way. I don't wanna feel like the Jesus day. Standing in the best I love.
Why do they both look like Anthony Kiedis? Obviously Anthony Kiedis.
That was
Kiedis,
that was Justice. That was the two dudes from Justice.
Oh, really?
And I don't know the context of this, but yeah. So the two guys, for our audio listeners, the two members of Justice who are French are hanging out with Anthony Kiedis in what looks like a very cool backyard with a pool, and one of them is singing the chorus to "Under the Bridge." Very poorly, and Anthony Kiedis looks like shocked
Not
and
very
offended.
happy.
And, yeah. So I don't remember how that video came up last time, but I just wanted to close the loop on that. Bring
Okay.
some closure
Thank
to
you
that,
for that closure.
to that reference.
I can
So there
finally
we go.
sleep at night now.
Good stuff.
All right, I got this one. I'll show Benson some of the others later, but I've got this one that I didn't show you last week that I love it. I've watched it like 4 times, and it's just so good. I've watched it way more than 4 times.
I was
to
gonna
be
say
honest.
4 isn't a lot for short form content.
All right.
Suck the dick, drink the piss. Suck the dick, drink the piss. Fuck MTV, I ain't afraid to say it. That bubblegum boy band shit, it's gay. The place, I'ma fuck you up and then fuck your face. Timberlake, fuck you, bitch. Nick Lachey, you better lick my dick. Insync, that shit's for chicks. I'ma get the CD and set that shit on. Well, I'ma say it. Well, I'ma say it.
I'll say it.
Well, I'ma say it. Fuck yeah. When you crawl out of my brain, like a mental psycho freak. Go right back again. Chase on, decapitation. Out of my brain. Right in the fucking fuck you.
I really like the
That's
chainsaw
wonderful.
decapitation. Yeah, big shout out to I think his name is Kyle Gordon.
That's cool that he's even doing references from like 1999.
Yeah, it was really great because I think there's a lot of misunderstandings about that music from the late 90s, like that new metal shit. And a lot of the people that like make fun of it, they just make fun of it for being like goofy like sounding, but they never make fun of the actual like lyrical content
Of how goofy it actually was.
being absolutely just nothing
Yeah.
besides just like white guy gibberish. So yeah, I thought that dude fucking nailed it, and the chorus is like catchy. Like
Yeah.
I watched it a bunch of times, and then I was like doing shit, and I was like, "Will you crawl out of my brain?
There were
Freaky, fuck you!"
like a year ago, there was this popular video about it was these like spoof TikTok songwriters who made a fake like 90s European club song that was a banger and so funny. I'm never gonna be able to find it, but I'll look for it. I'll look for it.
Do you know?
That reminds me of it.
Do you know "Angry White Boy Polka" from Weird Al?
I think so.
Because that's like a lot of just like that, the new metal stuff that he just
Yeah.
put into a polka.
I think so. I had the unique honor of showing someone Richard Cheese for the first time.
Nice.
Oh,
I love doing that too.
It's so great.
Dude, I literally found it right away here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did it. It's
Good job.
by Kyle Gordon. It's called Planet of the
Oh,
Bass.
it's the same guy.
That was Kyle Gordon?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
DJ Crazy Times! If you want parties to be making, have some noise. Bratislava! All the women in the world, let me see your beautiful faces! Oh, I've got an idea. World peace!
When the pleasure is
we
a
go.
dream on a secret love.
Her vocals are actually great.
People wanna make it fun. We are losing control on a floor. If the sky is not green, but the sky is blue, have a passion in a million ways. Touch it, make it twice before I cry. Heaven is a time to
Put your hands up in the air.
all of the dream.
Come on, come on.
How does it mean when the rhythm is glad? There is nothing to be sad.
The bad English is so perfect.
And dance,
Come on, come on.
clapping behind when we're out in this space on this
It's like reading instructional brochures in Japan,
Yeah, right.
like my watch instructions.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
speaking of Japan, I went to Daiso like last week. Shit was pretty interesting.
What's Daiso?
It's like a Japanese kind of dollar store, but for like household goods.
Is there
It's-
one in Fort Collins?
Yeah, it just opened
By,
up like
the TJ Maxx, right?
yeah, opened up like I don't know 2 weeks ago or
Yeah.
something.
Something
You'd
like
take
that.
being a Maxinista to a new level.
They got Pocky and those Ramune sodas
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
marbles in them.
They got food, but like they have a bunch. They just have random stuff. Like like I got a toothpaste tube squeezer. There, you just like
Dude.
mount it on
Nice.
your window, and you just like squeeze your.
Oh, you
I need one of
actually
those.
mount it. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. That's crazy.
He ain't playing around. This is a
No, I'm
mounted
not.
squeezer.
I was thinking about like just the little plastic
Yeah, the
thing that
little-
you put on the end of the tube.
yeah.
Toilet.
Yeah.
Not that thing.
You know, I feel like I always get into this challenge with Hannah when we're like at the end of the toothpaste to see like who's gonna give up first.
Yeah.
But then I realized that it was just me because she already had her own toothpaste. So I was
The
just
ultimate betrayal.
It was a race against yourself.
That's funny. It's always me who gives up first in the toothpaste battles between me and my partner, my life partner.
I haven't had that battle
Yeah.
yet. I just use my girlfriend's toothpaste.
So you have your own
Okay.
toothpastes. You guys don't share a toothpaste?
Sometimes
Well,
I have my own and sometimes we share. Kind of just
it sounds
depends.
like sometimes you have your own and then sometimes you just use hers when you're out.
No, like
But it's
sometimes
not
we
an
make
agreed-upon thing that you're
sometimes
gonna
no,
have the
like
same tube.
sometimes we make the decision. It's kind of just depending on the price. Like sometimes we make the decision of like, oh, this tube is like half off.
I
Let's share it.
don't like that.
Or-
Have a system.
No,
Follow.
I like changing it up from time to time.
That's too chaotic.
I like that sometimes I can have a flavor that's my own flavor that I don't have to like compromise on flavors.
You're going different flavors each time?
Oh hell yeah, dude!
What-
I just
what
go.
are the flavors?
What are the
You know the
flavors?
Crest.
If it's anything outside of mint, you're crazy.
No, they're all just different
Okay,
variations of
that's
mint.
fine,
But
that's
Crest, Crest has all the different 3D white options.
Yeah.
And they just like rotate which one's on sale usually. So whichever one's on sale, I get it. If none of them are on sale, I get like the charcoal one because I like the extra grit. I really feel like it helps me with my
Does it
gum
make
strength.
your teeth all black?
Do my teeth look black to you?
No. When you have the toothpaste in,
No,
is it
not
actually?
really. No,
Oh,
it kind of it's not
black?
actual charcoal toothpaste. It's
Oh.
definitely it doesn't have real charcoal in it, but it's just like kind of gray toothpaste, and then it turns white when you put it in your mouth.
Pause.
Was this all just a setup to get me to say
yeah,
that?
playing the long game. I know you'd say something compromising if I brought up toothpaste.
Give me like 5
I asked
minutes.
Will brought up toothpaste.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, more about the Japanese store. What's it
Oh,
called?
Daiso. I think.
Daiso.
Yeah. Well, also
D-Y-S-O?
DAISO.
Yeah, ISO.
And then it's kind of cool though because everything is like priced in yen, and they have like conversion charts.
That's funny.
Like in the store.
That's honestly fucking stupid.
So, I
I
mean,
said it's funny. I think it's.
I mean,
stupid,
I
too.
think it's just so they don't have to like change the packaging.
Yeah,
here.
right. Yeah. If that's the reason, I
Well,
respect it.
I don't know. Like a lot of that stuff. Well, I guess I'm thinking about food more than anything. Like all the food would have to be manufactured, in theory, domestically or otherwise,
Yeah.
approved by the FDA for import. So
Yeah, I don't know. They also had this weird thing. Like they had they had these like really, really tiny things. Like it looked like it was for hamsters and shit. Like a little tiny table that was like a hamster
What is
size.
this? A table for hamsters?
And they even had like they had a washing machine that was super, super tiny.
Aw,
but
that's
it was
adorable.
but it was functional.
Is it for those miniature TikTok
Put my
videos?
tiny little clothes in it.
Yeah,
Wash my tiny
basically.
little shirts.
Yeah, for those like tiny little like where they like cook for a hamster or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Clothes for a hamster, or Julian's reusable condoms. Sorry to just burn you into oblivion.
No, it's
Sorry,
fine.
dude. Sorry.
I don't
Yeah,
wear
Your
it.
back
they
hurts.
really they really cornered like the
Joke's
hamster
on me, I
prop
guess.
market.
Do you have more videos to play?
I have a video.
I
Have you
could
guys
show
seen?
Benson some of the other ones.
You guys seen Trailer Park Alien?
That sounds kind of familiar.
Is that the rap that you showed
Oh,
us?
it's this one. You seen this one?
No.
Wait, show me.
Dude,
again.
holy shit, it's so good. This
Yeah,
guy,
you turned me on to this dude. What's this dude's name?
yeah, Brandon Jamar Scott.
Yeah,
he's
Brandon Jamar
really,
Scott.
he's really, really good.
Oh, let me just plug my letterbox real quick. It's Dill Boy Brando.
That's a pretty black name for a white ass old guy.
That's really funny. You'll see why.
Hey Joe, this guy needs help with his car. I think shit. I don't know. He just points at the stars. And the way
This reminds me of early Cadzo days. This is one of the first videos you showed me. I remember showing this to several people.
Look, it's here at the park. Bark.
I love this flow.
What the heck are you saying? Probably speaking Spanish.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh my God, it's an alien. He's a foreigner, ain't he? No, not from Mexico, Braden. He crashed his car on the pavement. Dummy, that's a spaceship. We found the location. Patience. Sneak in and take him. Retreat the spaceship with no hesitations. Don't let the locals know that we survey them. Pressing with forces, they make altercations. Good gracious, how did they make this? Go get my tool set. In some beer cases. Ordnance are nations made by aliens. Like Toyota. Dummy, that's Asian. What the heck are you saying? Those are government agents. Knock it off, he's a harmless Asian. We're preventing invasion. Stop illegal immigration. Oh, right. He's not for the taking. Stand back, we're protecting the nation. Please, you ain't no patriot. Oh, that's enough. You're men in black, okay, so what? You may have blasters, you got the ducks, but we got the tractors, we got the trucks. You dirty bastards better give up. Chasing aliens and beating them up. Don't defy us, we're authority.
Audio listeners have to watch.
Actually goes hard as fuck.
Yeah, it goes super hard. And the animation's crazy.
Huh?
Thank you.
But yeah, this dude, like his shit actually goes hard and is really quality stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty solid.
Shouts out Brandon Jamar Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out.
Yeah.
You got more videos? Or are you just going to show them the old ones?
Did you want to? I just was going to show him the old ones.
Go for it.
You want to see some world peace Jesus? I'll see if I can find a different one than what I showed Colin.
Here, I'll show you a 5-second one that I'm fucking in love with. That's
That's
it.
very much something you would love.
Wait. That's it.
That's great.
Yo, send me that so I can put in our here podcast. This pod's just for us, guys. We're just having fun watching videos
I'll show
together.
you. I'll show you this first.
My wife is gone, she took every damn thing, even my front lawn. Ran off with my brother, that's the talk of the town. But I still got my beer, nothing get me down. That bitch took all my stuff, but I ain't sad, cause I got my beer and I fucked her dad. She can have my stuff and my brother too, but she can't take this ice cold brew.
Classic.
If I were
Great. That's a great chorus, honestly.
oh, for sure. If I was like a struggling country artist or country songwriter and saw that, I'd be extremely discouraged. Because with our type, like, you know, AI is threatening to a lot of types of music and, you know, pretty depressing. But with, you know, like indie rock and like more like artsy stuff, it's like a very objective art form.
Yeah.
But with country music, that type of country music, I love a lot of country music, but that type of country music, it's
It's like the
oh, sorry,
modern
I meant
Nashville.
our music is subjective. That sort of music's like it's an objectively good country song or not, and that's an objectively good country song.
Oh, yeah.
Better than what most people
Most
could
people are
write.
coming out with right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's checks all the boxes. It's catchy. it's I guess relatable
Yeah.
without being flashy,
Right.
you know?
Humorous without leaning in, without being too on the nose.
Yeah.
Maybe, or I
Other
guess it's
than
pretty on the
part where he
nose,
fucked
but
her
in a-
dad.
yeah.
Yeah.
It actually uses like country instrumentals, not trap instrumentals.
True.
Too.
Yeah. it's actual country. Yeah, AI's onto something. Maybe we should just let AI actually do all the creative endeavors from here on out.
Yeah. Maybe
I think
all
we should
just
make
kill
it.
ourselves.
I think we should just let it decide everything for us.
Yeah, it should be the president.
Yeah, everything exactly.
AI for president. All right, this is my favorite rapper right now. Let's see. His name is
got
World
a
Peace
plethora
Jesus.
of good vibes.
This is a different one than last week,
sunshine combined with fun rhymes and positivity galore. Whoa. Formula 1 fast. Zoom, zoom. Orbit the sun with the letter to dove. There's so much. Let the dove. I got it up in my blood. Line. Every day I'm feeling happy. Grateful to be alive. Ooh, but for baby. They ever gonna stop loving life. Yeah. I love life. Woo. I believe in myself. Yeah. I believe in myself. Yeah. I believe in myself. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
at.
I like the instrumental in the background.
Yeah, the
a
beat's
lot.
Yeah,
great.
beat's
He
good.
has nothing to do with it.
Zaytoven on the
Zaytoven on the
boogie
boogie beats.
Yeah, I'm a big World Peace
He's at
Jesus fan.
like 7,200 followers right now, so I figured we could give him the podcadzo bump, bring him into some real fame.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
You're welcome.
I
World
want to
Peace
show you this
Jesus.
guy too, because I honestly can't stop thinking about him. He's like if Paul McCartney had Asperger's and also was alive,
yeah.
like was popular
this
during
guy.
TikTok times.
When I come down for breakfast, I might pour me a drink. Brother Jack and Diet Coke, to hell with what my doctor thinks. My boss keeps on telling me my attitude stinks, but I ain't about wasting my time ironing out those kinks. God didn't make me perfect.
I like that he
sure
points
as
to the
hell
ground and
won't
says,
ever be. I'm a little rough round the edges, but baby, that's fine with me. Rough round the edges.
Is this better or worse than the AI song in terms of
I think the AI song
composition?
definitely is way better.
Yeah.
It's more creative. It's funnier. The production is better. All of it's better.
This dude always has funny comments on his videos.
Yeah.
People roasting him.
Someone
very
said,
cleverly though.
because that song's called Rough Around the Edges, and someone said, those are the smoothest rough edges I've ever seen. And I can't stop thinking about that. See if I can't.
Dude, you
find-
love this guy. You're,
Dude,
you're
no,
obsessed with him.
he's so fucking great.
All right, we're about to get into your crazy school bus story. A crime was committed outside of Julian's home. Thank goodness no one was injured during it. Well, you got another vidya?
This one's just for you.
Oh, nice. That's it, dude. I'm angry. I liked it though too.
Okay, so basically today I was chilling out at my house, as one does, just sitting in my room trying to forget about my crippling pain for a little while. And then I heard like the school bus that always pulls up to drop off the neighbor's kids pull up. Thought nothing of it. Totally normal activity. And then I heard like a bunch of honking. And then I heard what sounded like metal hitting metal. And then I heard some more honking. And then I didn't hear anything else after that for like a minute. And then I heard some screaming. So then I was like, what the fuck? So I got up, decided to look out the window and see what was going on. And I saw the school bus just like chilling in the road. So I didn't think much of it. Kind of just went back to doing my own thing. And then like 10 minutes later, I heard something else happening outside. So I was like, what the fuck? And I looked out my window and the fire truck had pulled up and the school bus had moved a little bit. So it was like out of the road more. And from there, like kind of what seemed like a full-on crime scene like unfolded in front of my house.
Police tape and everything.
There was like cones out. They were redirecting traffic. a bunch of like 2 sheriffs and a state trooper showed up, a fire truck, ambulance, EMS, all that good stuff. And they were all like looking at the side of the bus and like pointing at it, and then they all started walking around like the front of my house, like on my property and stuff, and like taking pictures of a bunch of random stuff. So at that point I was like, what actually happened? Like, this is weird. Things don't normally happen out where I live, especially like not literally in front
On
of
your
my
doorstep.
actual house and in
Yeah.
my yard. So I was able to catch up with one of the neighbors, luckily, and it happened to be one of the neighbors who had kids on that bus. And she said that, yeah, someone just didn't slow down in time, didn't see the bus coming, or I guess didn't notice that the bus was stopped when they were coming up behind it. And they tried to miss collision with the bus by going around it, but instead of going around it on the driver's side, just like in the other lane of the road, they decided to go around it on the passenger side.
Where there's not a lane or
No road.
even like a shoulder or
Yeah.
a bike lane.
They went into
It's like a ditch there. I don't
pretty
know how they
much
didn't get
a
caught in the
small
ditch.
ditch.
Yeah.
They went into like my neighbor's entrance of my neighbor's driveway, and then they turned into my ditch right in front of my house, grazed one of the trees that's in my front yard, and then they just took off after that. So it was a good old hit and run on a school bus, which I just have to say, if you do that, then fuck you. You're a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to just hit and run a person. You're a piece of shit for doing that. But if you hit and run a school bus with kids on it,
Yeah.
I feel like that multiplies your piece of shit level by like at least 10.
Did
Yeah.
they nick the bus at all?
They
Or
hit the bus.
They hit the bus. Okay.
So yeah, that was
I was unclear on that.
That
If
was
they-
my first when I was just watching it all unfold from my house, because I didn't want to go outside and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Because it
Yeah.
had nothing to do with me. I didn't want to be like rude, even though it was on
If
my
you let
property.
them know you had
so
a
it
podcast,
did-
it
yeah,
would've been better.
yeah. Hey, do you guys want to stick around and do some podcadzo later?
This episode, we welcome the bus driver.
We welcome the driver of the bus that got hit by the car. And then there's air horns. But no, so anyway, I guess long story short, they did hit the bus. There was minimal damage to the bus. The bus drove away. I didn't even know that I couldn't tell that the bus got hit at first. I just noticed like scuffs on the back side of the bus after like community service and all those people had started like taking pictures of the bus, because they were like taking out the cameras and taking pictures of the side of the bus, and then they like walked up to the tree that the dude hit and started taking pictures of the tree. And that's when I was like, I feel like someone like hit the bus with their car maybe, but also like the car's gone, the bus seems totally fine, the kids on the bus obviously were probably like pretty shaken up, but no one
Yeah.
was like physically injured, which is really good news. But the dude left behind one of his like rear view mirrors. So that's, I guess, how I knew early on that there was an actual collision, that there was contact.
Yeah.
And then as soon as everything was kind of wrapping up and everyone was like going away from the incident, I went outside and looked around at my tree and my front yard, and the dude definitely like came into my yard for a sec. Definitely made some contact with the tree. And yeah, I was like 20 feet away from it all, 25 feet away from it all in my bed, just chilling out. So
Well, it's crazy.
fucking weird.
Thank God no one was hurt. If anyone was hurt, we would not be talking about it on the pod.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if we would be doing a pod, because
Yeah, true.
there'd be like a splattered kid out front of my house on the
Jesus.
street, which, yeah, that would take a long time to figure out. And yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really glad that that didn't happen, because, yeah, the neighbors,
It'd be horrible.
I mean, shit. We all live out here, I think, to a certain extent, to avoid
Stuff like that.
idiots and
Yeah.
bullshit, and just to have, and allegedly Wyoming plates on the car. Idiot, out of state Wyoming motherfucker come in here and do some heinous shit like that. It's really upsetting. So I'm just really glad everyone's okay. I'm really glad that the neighbors are fine. I'm glad that the neighbors parents were home and they could immediately just come out and
Yeah.
help deal with it all. And yeah, definitely scary. Glad I don't have fucking kids on a bus.
Yeah. Very scary.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening to Podcadzo. Just joking. In music news,
Yeah.
I haven't talked about this on the pod yet, Will. Will and I saw Pompoko
Yeah.
live in concert in Denver. If you're a long-time listener to the pod, you've heard of Pompoko. It came up. We've talked about Pompoko a couple times, but came up namely in the Spotify under 100,000 listeners episode, where we reviewed some of our favorite artists with under 100,000 listeners on Spotify. Pompoko was Will's number one, and if you didn't take it, would have been my number one.
Okay.
Oh
'Cause you got me super
wow,
into it.
copycat.
Yeah. And you rightfully should have taken it because you discovered them first and showed it to me. But yeah, the concert was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
We had a great time.
It was really good.
Pompoko crushed it. It's at the High Dive in Denver. And yeah,
What was the
they were
set
solid.
like?
Set was fantastic.
yeah.
They played songs.
A lot of stuff from Champion and stuff.
From the 2024 album.
But then they played a few things from like their first album, which was really dope to see. I was really hoping they would, because the more I listened to Pompoko's first album, like the more I love that one.
Yeah. I've listened to Birthday several times since the
Birthday.
concert.
Birthday is so good. I think they played Follow the
They
Lights.
did play
And
Follow the Lights.
that was so
That
hype.
was maybe my favorite song in the set. And then I didn't say this when we were reviewing afterwards, but I think my other favorite song was You're Not Helping. Wait.
Oh,
Did they play that one? No, Never Saw It Coming. Yeah, Never Saw It Coming. I
yeah.
love this song.
It's good. It's they had good energy. The lead singer, she's really funny. Like whenever they finish a song, she just like stare like really hard at the audience. And for just like
She was
for just like a
charismatic
minute.
as
It was
hell.
really
Yeah,
funny.
it was awesome. And they're Swedish, and have that very charming Swedish energy. They're like very straightforward. And I don't know if they were leaning into like not speaking great English for comedic effect, or if they just aren't that. I mean, they weren't speaking bad English, but very simple English. But it worked really well. They had good stage banter, great presence on stage. Like I said, she's charismatic as hell. Great front woman.
Nice.
Great vocals live. Did not miss a note the whole night.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it sounded really good. Yeah, their guitarist is just insane.
He's the
And
man.
like Colin and I were talking about it after the show, but like we were watching him, and like it didn't really seem like he would like hold the same like chord down, but then like he just get like the craziest sounds out of his guitar, and I thought he was like he'd be moving his hand like all around the neck, but he wasn't at all.
I wanted to know what tunings he was using, because he would be playing the crazy shit, and he would just be like barring a fret.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was Tone City. He had great tone the whole night.
Was he changing guitars a lot?
One guitar,
Oh.
and
interesting.
I didn't ever see him tune.
So
I'm sure he
same
did,
tuning?
but I didn't notice him tuning.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It was wild. They also had this really cool like tapestry in the background they were touring with as well, kind of like images from their last album.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, real simple. It was all like hand drawn on the tapestry,
Nice.
but very cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was one of my favorite concerts I've been to in a minute, and it was cool seeing them. Will and I both said they're due to blow up here soon. Hopefully, if there's any justice in the world, they will.
Yeah,
So it'd be a cool story to be like, we saw Pompoko at the High
Before
Dive
they
to
were
like
huge.
60 people.
Yeah.
yeah, it's dope. You like peed next to the guitarist.
Yeah,
Hell
I was
yeah.
in the bathroom next to him. I brushed shoulders with him.
You held his dick.
What's that?
You held his peen
I did.
while he
It's
went
like,
to the
hey,
bathroom.
dude, if you don't want to like do anything with your hands before you play,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. I'm a guitarist too.
I'm a guitarist too.
I do the
I have
same
someone
sort of
hold
stuff.
it for me. Yeah.
Mine's small enough, right? Just go.
I have gravity hold
Yo,
mine.
cut that from the pod. Mark 50 minutes.
I'm just gonna say it again. Colin has a small peen.
No. Yeah, but it was sick. Fake Dad opened.
Fake
Fake
Dad.
Dad just came out with a new album.
They yeah, I mean, okay, I listened to their stuff on Spotify. It's like, yeah, it's okay. But some of the stuff they played live though, I was digging. But it kind of had like Target commercial vibes.
And not in a
Interesting.
good way.
Yeah, well, I couldn't picture that being in a good way.
Target Market.
Sure.
That was literally the concept from the get-go. I was trying to sell that riff to
I
Target
remember
for
that.
years, and I was like, "Wait, is it for a cadzo song?"
I'm trying to picture that really being in a commercial though, and it's too busy for a commercial.
True, yeah.
Yeah, too much going
Can't
on.
even write a decent jingle.
You just made it too much. You went too hard. You did too much.
Yeah.
You got to
Too
simplify.
virtuosic.
And then
You're too genius.
and then the other band, what was their
Maybe
name?
Fern.
Maybe Fern, right? Yeah, they.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That's a stupid band name.
It's like some sort of anagram of their names or something, or parts of their names, of each of the members' names.
That's not a very original idea either.
Well, I like
Hey,
them.
dude, chill. We're gonna try to play with them in Denver. Say it easy. Yo.
Yeah,
They're my favorite
I like
band.
them more than Fake Dad. The
Gain some
keyboardist,
ground back. Yeah.
the keyboardist, she had like this really kick-ass solo, and like nobody reacted to it at all.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Sucks being a keyboardist, right?
Apparently,
People just don't know when you're
You-
soloing.
Benson gets better reactions
People
than any
know
of
when
us.
Benson's soloing. It's different.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Huh.
it was a wonderful night.
What are their names?
Maybelline Benedict Fernald. Something like that.
Well, I'm gonna find you guys.
Yo,
Just kidding.
we'd love to play with you in
Yeah,
Denver sometime.
Cadzo's a pretty bad band name too.
Yeah, it's not great. Oh no, what's happening?
I had multiple people telling me that they're really angry that Cadzo isn't capitalized.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, they're like, nah,
the C?
it's a proper noun, man. Gotta capitalize it. That's what they want.
I mean, maybe in their conventional world of typical grammar, but we like to play by our own rules here at the Cadzo Network. We do things our own way. We didn't even capitalize any of the song titles on the first EP, did we?
No, but we changed that.
I know we changed it later,
Yeah.
but we didn't originally. It was all lowercase. It was a stylistic choice that Colin made by himself without conferring with either me or Will. So
That's not true. Well, I guess without Will, because we named it right before Will joined.
That's
but
true.
We can change. We can change it. We can change the name.
Are all those songs gone now?
We had a good. No, I mean we can change the name.
Change our
Cadzo.
band
Oh.
name.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was the name we came up with, Connor?
Shit, I don't remember.
It's like toot something.
should change our name to Suburban Riot.
Here's
and then
the
just be a
thing.
new metal band.
Here's the thing, guys.
System of
Cadzo
a
is
Up.
actually a great name. Cadzo like Devo.
Cadzo is a great band name, and it's a great band name because we'd have to explain to you why it's a great band name. And
Yeah.
there's multiple explanations too. It can mean multiple things. Has different meanings to different people.
What can it mean? What does it mean to you?
To me, Cadzo means acceptance, love,
Yeah.
gay sex, lots of gay sex. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much what I thought too.
Cool.
All right. Well, you guys have any more videos or anything to play?
Are you done talking to us now?
No.
Like,
No.
I've reached my peak of, Mark Ronson hospitalized after DJ accident.
Yeah, I saw his Instagram post.
Hmm?
He tried to pick up a monitor because
Did he throw his
thought
back out?
he thought the PA wasn't loud enough or something. He tried to pick up a monitor and point it towards the crowd, and he like tore his bicep.
Oh,
I believe that's what happened.
yikes.
Ouchies. Do you guys see that Ye wore that all black KKK gown?
I saw a picture of that. I didn't really like look into it
I didn't
because
look
I'm
into
totally done with. If I never heard anything about Kanye again, I'd be
That would be chill.
a happy
Yeah.
But it
person.
doesn't seem like that's the world we live in, unfortunately.
Oh wait, okay. Listen to this one.
So cracked to a pine tree. A barbecue in a swimming pool. I walk around with my shoes tied. I go to sleep in a shower cap.
saying stuff that really grabs your ear. These are all real lines from his songs. Selling some sherm to a fiend, look like Phoebe Bridgers.
I love a good Phoebe Bridgers reference.
Dude, I love West Side Gun, but that's so accurate.
It's very accurate. Did you guys listen to the new Lucy Dacus, speaking of Phoebe Bridgers?
No.
I haven't either. I mean, check that one out.
I saw that.
See, this is
isn't
MD
she
Foodie
dating-
Boys. We're just going to talk about it without any of us hearing it. Yeah, she's dating
Julian Baker?
Yeah, Julian Baker.
Good for them.
They went public.
That's cool. I honestly don't like Lucy Dacus' songwriting.
I
know I'm gonna get
no,
canceled.
I know, dude. For
even suggesting that they're not all the best musicians alive currently. But fuck them all. They're all stupid. I like Julian Baker, actually. I like Phoebe Bridgers, too. But the three of them together is just so annoying. Like,
Boy Genius.
I guess the Boy Genius project is pretty good. I can't explain why that whole universe bugs me. I think it's the fans. I think it's just the fans that bug
and
me.
then
Acting like they're so much better than everything else that's around right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Boy Genius is good, but it's not like
everything
it didn't like
in that
revolutionize
tidal
music.
wave of like sad girl indie just sounded so similar.
It was all
to-
the same, yeah.
That's what.
The whole Boy Genius record could have just been like a Phoebe Bridgers record
Mhm.
or a Julian Baker record.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do think it is cool that they're like as popular as they are. Like, I think women getting like that platform in music to where they're like actually seen as like true rock stars is pretty good.
Yeah, Boy Genius being like the biggest band in the world for a sec.
For a solid couple months at least.
Yeah, definitely. No, I like that album. Did it won a Grammy? Did it win Best Album?
It won
Grammy
like
or it was nominated?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't remember if it actually won anything.
Yeah, maybe it didn't.
But I think it was nominated for like best rock album or
Yeah, they did give
best
it to
performance.
freaking like the Who or something. Because it's the Grammys.
They gave it to the dead corpse of James Brown.
Well done, James.
You rolling in your grave silently was better than anything that came out this last year.
Will, have you been listening to any new music? Any recs from you?
Any new music?
Let's go to the recommendation station now.
Shoot. Kind of. I don't know. Like, there's this band called Water From Your Eyes.
Oh, they're sick.
They are really good.
Is that a better band name than Cadzo?
No.
No, it's a little too wordy, a little too verbose for me.
Yeah. Cadzo's 5 letters. Okay.
There's this one artist I like a lot called Quickly Quickly, which I do think
Oh, yeah, no,
is,
Quickly
which I
Quickly.
do think is a good name.
You maybe should make quickly.
Yeah, I think they have a new album coming up, so that releases on the 18th this month. So I'm pretty stoked for that one.
I feel like I have an anticipated release coming up. What is it? What's coming?
I'm really hyped about the new Eyes Records Spinner.
Oh, it's Black Country New Road is about to
Oh
release. an
yeah, I
album.
did see that.
Mhm.
That'll be hopefully pretty good too.
Let's hope so. Any recommendations outside of music? You guys watching any good TV shows?
Season 4 of The Righteous Gemstones.
I need to catch up on second half of season 2 and 3, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Me and Kels rewatched all the seasons because we didn't really remember most of 2 or 3. They're all pretty solid.
Julie and
It's
I
pretty solid
intended to do
TV.
that, and then we just watched Vice Principals.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey's never seen Vice Principals, so we're gonna do that next. But sorry to sidebar us, but like the whole thing of streaming services doing like weekly releases now for like shows and limited series and stuff, where they only put out like an episode a week. I thought the whole reason why we started doing streamers to begin with was to get
So
away
you could-
from that
so
model.
you could binge.
So I thought the binge
Yeah.
model was what made streamers.
No, people
No, so they get at least 2 months of subscription out of you
exactly
for that
Yeah.
show.
So
I
you
guess-
can't watch all of it in the week trial.
I don't really, at this point in time, since Netflix is so established and even all the other streamers, streaming in general is established at this point. I don't really know anyone that like lives that life anymore. Like most of the people I know, they have the streamers that they want to have forever, and it doesn't matter if the show comes out all at once or if it comes out, because they still do like Righteous Gemstones. They dropped like 3 episodes in a week, and then they made us
doing the
wait
rest.
for like 2 more episodes.
I'm
and
torn
then,
on that because part of me likes appointment television
like having
and
to wait.
having to wait. Especially like with White Lotus this season. Do you watch? You don't watch White Lotus.
I heard
And-
that the last
What's
season of
that
White
on?
Lotus was pretty bad though.
HBO.
Oh, okay.
Max.
I do have HBO.
But I'm
I
a huge
haven't
Walton
seen much of
Goggins
it.
fan. I kind of want to watch
People
it
are
just
saying
because of
this
Walton Goggins.
season is bad.
I mean, not. I guess not like the zeitgeist in general. I've just seen some people say
It's
that
a
it's a
lot-
little bit slower.
It's much slower burn than the others, but I think that's making it better. In my opinion.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
But it's fun having something weekly like that where everyone's anticipating it, and then you can go like and see everyone's stories and like them making jokes about like the episode that just dropped. But yeah, I also think the point of streaming is so you can binge.
I get it with some shows like the more dramatic series or like the high budget shows. I guess I get it a little bit more. But me and Kels were watching this stupid game show on Netflix. Not even a game show. It's like a reality TV show. Basically, the premise is there's like a bunch of people. One person randomly gets $1 million and they have to like keep it secret and no one can discover that they have the million or else they get eliminated.
It's like a Mr. Beast games.
It's
thing.
kind of like a Beast Games
I
thing.
have not seen that yet.
But it's better than Beast Games. There's more. I think there's more strategy than a Beast Games type thing. But at the end of the day, it's just a reality show, and they still are doing that stupid thing where they break it up into like 3 separate releases, and it's like people that want to, especially
Yeah, that
people
should be
that
allowed for
want to
reality
binge TV,
TV.
are like the reality type people.
Yeah.
that just want to binge an entire season of some reality,
Right.
and they're gonna. The people that want to do that are gonna do it once the show comes out. I don't really think it's gonna
Just
affect
gonna wait.
overall like subscription. I don't know though. I'm not a businessman like that, but I just thought it was annoying because mostly Righteous Gemstones, like they teased us by dropping a few episodes at a time, just enough to get us hooked. But then they're like, "Oh, now you have to wait for
Take
more."
it away from you.
It's like, well, fuck.
That's silly.
I'm just gonna wait till they're all out and then just binge it because that's what I want to do.
Yeah. No, I get that. I don't necessarily mind the weekly thing, mostly because like I like to watch stuff with Hannah, and Hannah has like a very like low appetite for TV. So like she'll like only ever watch like 1 episode and then be like,
Yeah.
I'm good. Even though I'm like, no, let's
keep
watch
going.
another
Yeah.
one.
No, for sure. I watched the first 2 episodes of another show that they're only dropping weekly, but I think it works for this show. The Studio, Seth Rogen's new
Yes,
show.
that's Apple, right?
I don't know if it's. I'm getting it through dubious channels that I won't mention here. Lord knows what I'm talking about. But it is wonderful.
I've heard
The
good
first
things.
episodes were so good.
That guy really turned into one hell of a director.
He's
He's
a genius.
Yeah.
Seth who would have thunk that, watching him in I'm too tired to pod right now.
Like Superbad.
Superbad. No, what's the TV show that Freaks and Geeks?
Freaks and
Watching
Geeks.
Seth Rogen Freaks
Yeah,
and Geeks.
that's even
What was
further
that?
back.
What was that food one? That like animated one with the food.
Oh,
Remember that one?
Sausage Party.
Oh.
Sausage Party. I like scrubbed that from my mind.
I don't know
movie
if
is
I
quite
ever saw
disturbing.
Sausage
But then I
Party
found that they made like a second one too.
Yeah, they did. I never saw the second one. I
never saw
barely
the
have seen
second
the
one.
first
Me
one.
neither.
The first one is I don't know if I'm gonna get judged for saying this out loud. I think the first one is really, really good.
I think people really like it.
I think
No,
as far as taking-
wouldn't judge
I
you for that.
enjoyed it when I first watched it in theaters because it was just so disgusting, everything. But then I don't know why, but it just exited my mind. I didn't even think about it until
That's how I
I saw
felt
the second
about,
one. I was like, what? There's a second one?
That's how I felt about The Interview. That highly controversial movie that Seth Rogen made with James Franco about North Korea. That like North Korea like threatened to like start a war
they
with
did like
us
the
over
Sony
it.
hack over that.
They did the Sony hack and all that good stuff, and
which is funny.
that
That's
movie
like
had no staying power.
No, it didn't. It's funny. The Sony hack is like a real historical event. Like I remember vividly that happening. Thinking it was just kind of funny, but like in Hollywood, especially, there's a lot of like consequences to Hollywood and all that.
There's a lot of big deal kind of things happen around that time.
Yeah,
a lot of really weird narratives. Yeah,
and shortly after that, or I guess not shortly after, but part of why it had no staying power, I feel like, is because James Franco got Me Too'd.
Yeah, but that wasn't even until like
that. Yeah, it was a few years after.
2016 to 2018.
When did The Interview come out? Like 2014?
I thought The Interview was like 2014, 2015.
Yeah. So yeah,
it was when we were in school, but just about to get out of school. I feel like. Did you guys see that there's the fucking 10-year reunion page on Facebook now
for Rocky?
For us?
Really? No, I'm not on Facebook.
I barely go on Facebook. This is gonna sound stupid. I went on Facebook to argue with some conservatives the other day, get my hate boner popped off, and I had been invited to the Rocky 10-year reunion. I think I invited you. I think I invited Cameron and Jesse and you, and that's it.
10 years is not long enough. I feel like we just left, and
that
then
is
also.
How it feels.
We don't need reunions with social media.
Seems slightly outdated as a concept, but I might still.
Julie and I already went back there like
We
a
did.
year ago or a year and a half.
2 years ago.
Dang, 2 years ago.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting.
That was very interesting. It was very. I guess it wasn't bittersweet so much as it was just like. Oh man, I'm trying to think of the best. It was like it was fully detached. Like for me at least, it was a fully detached experience. Like I went back there and we were like in the band room again and like on the stage again and all the same hallways that we were always in when we were in school. But like, I just felt like a whole different. It sounds cheesy, but like a whole different iteration of myself had that experience.
Yeah,
and like the person I am now. Was like incapable of connecting with the previous me that had those experiences. It just kind of felt like a room. Like it just felt like a building. Like a lot of the times I think I have the expectation of like I'd go back to Rocky and be like, this is where I did that thing and this is where I did that thing and this is where me and Benson used to hang out all the time. But instead it was a lot more just like, yeah, this is a fucking hallway and it kind of smells like shit in here. And I don't really remember what I did here and I don't really remember why any of this was important to me.
Yeah. I got that too.
Yeah.
Although I had memories of like when I went to the percussion closet, I was like, oh yeah, I think I've definitely cried in here before.
Yeah. I had mostly bad memories.
Crying in here.
I guess so. It was mostly bitter, not very sweet. But yeah, there was a few of those moments of like, yeah, this was where I failed that practice test. This is where Schlupp fucking screamed at me for double timing the fucking drum line. And yeah, I don't know. It was a lot less. I think it would be the same at a reunion. A lot less of like, wow, like it's so like I can't believe all the experiences we had together, and it'd be a lot more of just like, oh yeah, I know you, like
yeah,
what are you doing now?
I can't think of anything I'd be less interested in than going to the 10-year reunion. Honestly, sounds really depressing to me.
Yeah,
no judgment if you guys want to go, obviously.
Well, no, I don't. I want to go, but it's genuinely just to like see where people are at now. Like it's less to have the reminiscing, which I feel like for a lot of people it's just about the reminiscing.
Yeah.
Like, remember when we were like friends and like did shit together and we weren't like totally depressed by life. But for me it'd just be more like
nice
wanting
to
to see
catch up
people
with
like,
people.
what are you doing now? Like what have you been up to for the last I don't know about 10 years. What have you been up to for the last like year and a half?
Yeah.
Start there.
For sure.
But it's also cool too because there's a lot of people that I think in weird ways I'm more interested in what they're doing now than I was interested in what they were doing when we were in school together. Like
Yeah,
people
that
that I
makes sense.
feel more invested in seeing them succeed now. Whereas
Yeah.
in high school, it was like, I don't really give a shit about these people.
Yeah, I'd be interested to go back and see if that pencil that you threw into the ceiling and band is still there.
I forgot to look for it.
I don't think I've entered the grounds since I graduated. I haven't been in the school for sure. I've like picked up Cam when he went there from Rocky.
We went back. You might have actually been living in Iowa the time that we went back after we graduated. Me and Jesse and Cameron, some old friends, pulled up to a football game like right after we graduated, probably like the fall of the next year. We pulled up. Rachel was there too. And I think maybe Skylar. I don't remember Skylar was there, but we all pulled up to go to a football game together just to see the band because it was always a tradition. Well, maybe not always, but when we were freshmen and like sophomores, the graduating class would always come back to a football game and visit, and then they would like take the instruments from us and like try to remember how to play the cadence and stuff.
Yeah.
And so me and Cameron and Jesse wanted to do that. Like we wanted to go back and put the instruments on again and see if we could remember how to play anything. We did that once and that was like our fill. We're like, yeah,
That's fun.
we did that once. We never need to do that
Yeah.
again. It was kind of weird too. Like, I mean, we still had friends that were there obviously, but it was kind of weird seeing a bunch of freshmen who were just kind of like, wait, you already graduated and you're here? Like, what are you doing?
Shouldn't you be like hanging out with girls or
Shouldn't
something?
you be like doing drugs? Shouldn't you be like
Yeah.
doing Fent right now?
We're all on Fent.
I'm on Fent
Loser.
right now.
I have a higher tolerance than you kids.
Dude, what I always remembered though, like from drumline, in the bleachers is like, I don't know if it was Fossil's drumline or something, but like they're so much better than us. Like they were
Fossil for
they were
sure.
actually like their bass drums were like actually
Doing the splits.
doing splits.
Damn.
And yeah, and like because they're bass drums, you could like hear them doing splits like the walk all the way
Yeah.
there. So they're just like flexing on us the entire time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think in hindsight, a lot of that stuff.
Wasn't their football team a lot better than ours too?
Everything about their
That- yeah.
program was better than our program.
Spirit school.
They had nicer instruments. They had an actual marching program, which we didn't have. But more than anything, like
More than anything, they had kids with cocaine
They-
problems. That's what I remember about Fossil.
I do remember hearing that. I never saw it for myself, but I do remember hearing that a lot. No, I was just gonna say more than anything, the Fossil kids actually like gave a shit about their instruments was what I remembered whenever we had like band events where we would cross over with other schools. Like the majority of the band was like there to get better at their instrument,
That's cool.
whereas our band was like a combination of all three of the bands, like freshman, sophomore, junior,
Yeah,
and senior
yeah.
band. So like
Yeah.
a solid probably like 30% of the people there just did not give a shit about what was going on. So
Yeah.
we did not sound very good. And also I think our band director had like a little bit of a lack of faith in our class. Like the senior class that was graduating when we were freshmen, they were like for some reason revered as like fucking irreplaceable geniuses. And then when they all graduated, Schlepp was like, well, I guess I'm left with these fucking losers, and we like couldn't do the same shit. And he like never gave us the chance to do a lot of the same shit, like bass drum splits, for example, which we definitely could have done if
I
we
think
like
so.
were able to practice and try it. But
Mm-hmm.
he was just like, this isn't gonna work. You guys are fucking stupid. Let's move on. And he didn't realize until we were like seniors that we actually kind of like knew what we were doing a little bit. And he was like, oh wait, you guys are good. You guys are cool.
Yeah, I obviously wasn't in that circle, but I remember hearing a lot of stuff about Schlepp.
Schlepp.
Yeah.
Schlep.
I love Tesla.
Did I mispronounce
It's
it?
Schlepp.
Schlepp.
But Schlepp, my mom
Schlepp.
always called him Schlepp because I guess she thought it was just funny.
Schlepp.
Yeah, that dude was pretty controversial. He definitely had a very alternative teaching style.
He like never slept.
I learned a lot.
He never
Either.
slept.
And he like said something
I'm
one
so
time where he's
firing
like,
on all
where he's
cylinders.
just like, I only get 4 hours of sleep a night.
Damn.
Yeah.
He would basically
That's probably why
brag.
you're such a crazy asshole.
He would basically like brag about being a kind of a crazy lunatic. Like he would be like, I lost all my friends like 20 years ago because I would just practiced all the time. Like instead of having friends or like getting a wife, I just practiced all the time. And he'd say it like it was a flex. But I would always be like, I kind of want like I don't know. I think a family would be a pretty cool thing to have. Like
Lots of people have families and are good at instruments.
yeah, why not do both?
4K no los dos. Schlep.
Schlep.
I would have died on that hill thinking it was schlep.
Yeah,
Even though you
mean,
just said schlep a couple times, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a
Scott Schlep.
Mandela effect.
I hope he doesn't mind. There's no way he'll ever find out that we're mentioning him on the podcast.
He's getting that podcadzo bump.
I think I don't want to. I don't think we should talk about it too much, but we had some really interesting experiences with Mr. Schlupp. We could easily do a whole episode of shit that happened in band that like was not okay.
Yeah, to be honest, like to his credit, he taught me how to like deal with difficult people.
Lot about life.
And I've never encountered someone who I couldn't handle.
It's true. It's true.
Something to be said for that.
I think the reason why I went into like restaurant management and just like overall upper management in general was because of band and because of the leadership program that Mr. Schlupp ran. He really thought he was like, I mean, they really treated themselves like they were life coaches. Like, we're not only giving you tools on how to be a good musician, but we're giving you tools on how to be a good human, how to like live a productive life, which is bullshit. Because again, they were fucking losers. They didn't know anything about how to be human beings outside of band, but like they did teach, I think, everyone involved a lot about how to deal with antagonistic characters and also how to overcome adversity, but that he also genuinely did teach us a lot about how to be a good musician too. Like, at least me, I learned a lot through his band program, but I also really hated most of it.
Yeah. No, when I went to college and like the music experience there was like so much, I don't know, less like what Schlupp would do, which is just like kind of, martial law.
And that was another thing, was he was always saying that he was preparing us for way harsher realities.
Yeah, but then I went to college and it was way less harsh than what he did.
Hell,
But like there are people there who thought that what was going on was like too much for them and
Super
stuff. And I
intense,
was like, you would not have lasted a week under like Mr. Schlupp's tutelage.
Sophomore band. That's hilarious.
Bro, literally sophomore year. I don't know if you would even remember this. It was before any of us were like section leaders because we were all sophomores. We didn't have that position yet, but like there was like a tradition where if the band or if the football team won the football game, then the drum line could do the cadence half or double time, like just play it twice as fast, which is like a really stupid thing to do, but it was really fun, I guess, at the time for us. I remember specifically there's a game we won and we were all stoked. It was like the first game we won. We were all going to do double time for the first time. I was on quads. Benson was on snare. We were all stoked about doing double time cadence. And our section leader told us we could do it, even though Schlupp told us we couldn't do it because we had been rushing all night, apparently. So he was like, if you guys do double time
I remember
now,
that game and you did.
The rushing is just going to get worse if you play the cadence double time. So he forbid it. But our section leader told us we could do it, and we did it anyway. But she left. She's like, yeah, you guys can do it. And then she pieced out immediately. Yeah. So then Schlupp heard us doing it, got furious that we did it, even though he said we couldn't. And because I was the first one that he saw, I guess, I was the one who took the blame. So he pulled me into his office and proceeds to start like actually cursing at me. And I was a sophomore at the time.
Jesus.
I was fucking terrified. He was like, what the fuck did you do? Like, I'm so
15?
damn pissed off at you. Like, this is not what a leader does. This is blah, blah, blah. Like, not what a mature adult would do. Like, you fucked up. And I was just like, holy shit.
Jesus.
And I told my mom about it, and my mom sent him an email that was
lunatic.
like, if you ever talk to my son like that again, I'm gonna for real fuck you up. And then he kind of laid off me after that.
That's good.
But yeah, he screamed at me in his office. It was just the two of us. And after that, I was like, this dude is an actual fucking lunatic. Like, before that, I thought he was kind of cranky and mean, but after that, I was like, this dude's a fucking lunatic.
That's unstable.
And we did not have a good relationship after that until, like, the end of my junior year. And then he finally started to be like, maybe this kid's not a total piece of shit. Like, I just had the vibe the entire time I was in band that Schlupp just thought I was, like, a huge piece of shit. Like, that I was just a fuck up.
Yeah.
And
That
you should
sucks.
never, that should never be a feeling you get from your teachers.
Yeah, in high school, no less.
In a high
Yeah.
school band where, like, really ultimately the stakes are pretty low.
Yeah, no, they are way lower than what he would have had us believe.
Yeah.
I just remember this one time, I forget when it was, but like if you like, because you had to like submit these playing tests or whatever for the software, and like if you didn't do it in time, he'd make you take it in front of the class. Which was crazy because some people couldn't do it, and he just make them do it over and over again until they cried,
Until they, like,
and,
had a
and,
breakdown.
and ran out of the
Humiliation
room.
ritual.
Straight up, that was incredibly demoralizing.
That's messed up.
Do you remember the time when Crop kicked me out? Like, I don't remember if it was freshman year. It had to have been freshman year because I think we were in symphonic band with Crop. Jesse was on timpani and he couldn't play his part right. And so Mr. Crop was like, you just need like some motivation. Like, you need someone to make you angry so that you can play this part the right way. Because he was playing like way too quietly. And so I looked at Jesse and I was just like, hey, Jesse, I hate you. Thinking that it was like a funny joke. And Mr. Crop looked at me and he said, okay, you can get the hell out right now.
Are you kidding?
I looked at Crop
What
and I
a
was...
fucking loser.
I looked at Crop and I was like, what? Like, are you serious? He was like, you have 30 seconds to get out of my room. So I just left and I went and sat in the hallway for the rest of the class.
That's a funny
and
joke.
then when band got out, he like came up to me and was like, I hope you know what you did wrong. And I was like, I have no idea what I did wrong.
I did nothing wrong. I had a funny joke with my friend.
It was a hilarious quip to motivate my friend to play louder. And, yeah, he was just like, you need to get the hell out of here. And I just never knew like what that was about. And then,
That's
do you remember the
unreal.
time when he sprayed Windex in my eye?
No, I don't remember that. What?
Freshman year, we're chilling in the band room. It's lunchtime. Crop's walking around, fucking around, because he would just like mess with people. Like, he would always take my hat and he would put it on the top of the tuba shelf where I couldn't reach it. By the end of the year, I had like 6 hats up there that I had to have the janitor get down for me. But yeah, so he had a bottle of Windex for some reason, and he was pretending to spray people in the eye, and everyone was like, aha, funny joke. And then he walks up to me and actually sprays me like fully in the eye, and I was just like, he was like, you'll be fine.
So he did it on purpose?
I don't know if it was a fuck up or if he
God,
did it
that's-
on purpose, thinking like, Julian can take it, like he has a sense of humor.
That's assault, brother.
But he stood by it after he did it. I was like, ow, and he was like, oh, you'll be fine.
Damn.
Yeah, the shit was fucking crazy.
This episode is called This One Time at
Shitting on
Cap.
your band teacher.
Yeah.
Trauma dumping. So
We're actually really affected by this guy.
I'm still scarred. I have dreams about it. I go to a therapist.
I remember nothing from high school. I learned nothing. I took nothing away from it. And that is actually this episode of Podcadzo.
That's the end of it.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
peace.
We love you.
Deuces.
Goodbye.